Here we go, Rudy and Juan.
Here we go. It's showtime, eh?
Hey, it's a big day in Springbok Rugby, everyone. Welcome to our next episode. I'm Rudy Page.
I'm Juan de Jong.
And this is Behind the Ruck. Partner, how are you doing?
I'm good. Can't complain. Lower back a little bit tight for pre-season. But yeah, I'm keeping up with the young bucks, hey? I'm keeping up with the young bucks. First week was a bit tough with the testing and so. But yeah, I'm getting into it now.
Nice.
So hopefully the youngsters can catch up to me.
You still holding a candle for the announcement that you're going to be in it?
Huh?
With Rassi?
You never know. You
Yes,
never
I
know.
like
You
the
believe till the end. eh?
Love the positivity.
And yourself, you look a bit edgy.
I'm extremely edgy.
Huh? What's happening?
Difficult day, guys. Difficult day in South Africa. I was driving. My eyes are like a window wiper, like this. I'm watching for rocks. I'm watching everything. The taxi strike. Partner, the taxi strike.
Yeah, it's been crazy, especially coming here as
I
well.
was on gravel road. I went through a little river. Everything just to make sure that we launch our episode.
Yeah. Because it's very important. Because it's important day.
Big day.
What's happening?
It is World Cup squad announcement day.
Live and direct. And we're actually waiting for it just now.
Yeah.
Is the data on? Is this...
Everything is on. We got our
Everything
screen
switch
up,
on.
guys. My heart's pumping. I'm racing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a few stuff coming our way that we're not going to suspect or going to...
I think Rassi and Jacques is going to shock us a little bit, but it's good. It's good. Hopefully we'll get the names there, the people that can carry us in September and October. So that's going to be very important. But before we get there, we need to cover a couple of things. It's been an awesome weekend of sport, hey?
Long.
Yeah,
lot of rugby.
especially with the women as well. Banyana. Huh?
I
doing
mean,
well,
that is amazing.
To get to the playoffs, playing Netherlands, just losing in the playoffs, but I mean, just to get there.
I mean,
was
qualifying for the World Cup, first of all, which is great. It's not in our country. It's not like Bafana, back then when they automatically qualified. So the woman has done an awesome job. Girls,
job,
one of
100%.
these. Big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, because it's
Playoffs.
Women's Month and it's Women's Day in this week as well.
Women are thriving.
Yeah, but it's good to see. It's very good to see, especially the netball team as well. They've got to, I think, the 5th spot.
Yeah, they obviously they had a draw against New Zealand, which was awesome result for the country.
Yeah, New Zealand is strong.
And the hype in Cape Town, the hype in South Africa around women's sport.
Yeah, it's good. It's good
Great.
to see. Hopefully we can just keep on pushing and keep on getting the ball rolling, especially just to get to the playoffs and finals.
We
and
both have girls
semi-finals.
as well, so it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I told Rosie, my little girl, hey, need to kick a soccer ball, girl. Come on, leave the rugby. Don't watch rugby with Daddy.
I'm not too sure. I'll leave it at ballet and guitar and those type of things. But we'll see how it goes. And other sport as well. Rugby, a lot of rugby games. There was a big game, Schools rugby, boys and gym. Did you watch it?
I actually missed it. I was with a club. I'm coaching at Villages, obviously, so I was with my club team. But as always, I saw the crowd numbers. I saw the hype.
Yeah, 25,000 people.
That is nuts.
Huh?
For schoolboy.
Yeah. I've watched it actually on TV, but it was a good game to watch. It was actually... Gym dominated Boys Eye at the start for the whole first half, and then Boys Eye had to fight back. So Boys Eye had all the names, they had Divan at number 8, had all the stars at the back. The back three is crazy.
Number 15, Mars.
Yeah, Mars, yeah.
He is someone for the future.
Another Power Ranger. Huh?
Oh
They're coming in hard. Yes, and there's De Jong as well. Those De Jongs, they are skillful.
I hope you don't grow an afro. The young don't grow an afro.
Yeah, but it was very good to see the crowd coming out supporting these youngsters, and well done to Gym. They played an awesome game. They dominated for the whole 80 minutes, and Gym. After last year, I gave Ernst van Rijn. I actually gave Ernst van Rijn a little bit of a tough time last year, but boy, you got one. You got one.
Gym's got the bragging rights for this year again.
Yeah, and then other rugby as well. International games,
comebacks.
Yeah, World Cup is slowly. You can
I feel it. I can feel it.
They're warming up. All the teams are testing. They're playing B teams, A teams. Feeling each other out.
There was a lot of comebacks, eh?
A lot of comebacks. We should actually go to the whole fixture. We started off with Australia versus New Zealand. They threw it away. I'm gonna call a spade. Australia, you chucked that game away. Yeah, they went front 17-3.
17-3 half time.
And then New Zealand just showed their class. Coming back.
Do you think it was New Zealand's class or Australia's inability to know how to win rugby games at the moment?
confidence is a real thing, and I feel like it's New Zealand's class. They play for 80 minutes, and you can see from experience.
It was when that old guy came on again, eh?
Who's that old guy? That 9?
He's like a bad news. He just keeps on coming at you.
Yeah, and their squad is out as well for the Rugby World Cup.
Yes, we're going to cover that a bit later.
Yeah, any changes and any surprises?
Not really. I think they look really settled. I think they've had a little bit of tough times when the COVID hit and when they were struggling to win rugby games. I know we got 2 over them, and Argentina also got a win over them. So I think they figured out who their best playing squad is, and they look quite settled going into this World Cup.
That squad looks strong, but I've got a little bit. David Avili's back. There's a little bit of problems. I think at 9, if the GOAT,
if Aaron goes, they're in trouble. I agree with you.
They've got 2 young 9s. That's also in the squad. Unlucky for TG Perenara. He's not part of it because of his injury. He's got an Achilles injury. And then Brad Weber, because I saw him also playing at NPC. They started at NPC. They carry
I think
cup
they've
now.
invited him to be a part of the wider squad, building up before they go to Paris, obviously. But they've got 2 youngsters in Finley Christie and Roygaard.
Yeah, Roygaard, 22 years old.
22 years old, obviously. They're looking at the future with him. But if Aaron goes down, I think because his quality makes a big difference in that All Black squad.
Massive difference, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Because the New Zealand, they up first. They're playing the first game, 8th of September. They're playing France, the host. So
prediction go.
Yeah,
prediction what?
I think it's going to be a shock. France against New Zealand in the World Cup.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Who are you going with?
France, obviously.
You're going with France in the first game?
That's what the history tells me.
I'm going to go the other way.
Are you going to go?
I'm going to go saying All Blacks are going to win. My reasoning, I think there's going to be too much pressure on that game for the French. The hype is around them. They're going in number 2 in the world. So my gut feeling saying the All Blacks is just sneaking under the radar.
Yeah.
And they're going to get the French.
I'm on the other side. I think 50,000, 60,000 people singing Alele Bleu. Alele Bleu. Yeah. That's going to be the difference, I think, yeah. But we'll have to see what's going to happen. Then there's other games as well. We had Wales and England. England is struggling. Their squad is out as well.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw Dombrand wasn't. Alex Dombrand is not in the mix, which was quite a surprise because he's been awesome for Harlequins. And also Henry Slate.
Yeah, massive.
What is your views on him?
Very good. So he can play 10, he can play 12. He's a elusive runner. So he's
experienced as well.
He's a utility backline player. So it's quite interesting. They brought Ford back because obviously Owen played a bit and Marcus played a bit. To bring Ford back, that's a proper 10, and you missed out on a utility back. It's gonna be it can maybe hurt them in the World Cup.
It's a big risk they're taking.
It's a massive risk, yeah. And they left also a couple of other guys. Johnny May is out. Joko Konosinga is also out. Yes. So it's
interesting. It's can't wait.
It's heating up this.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So they're playing this weekend again, but obviously they're playing in England now. So we'll see what the results there will be there. Then Scotland, France, another upset. Hey,
but can we call it an upset if it was France? The French B team,
B or C team.
C team maybe. I don't know where France is getting all of these rugby players.
I think it's an upset, yeah. I think we were 21-3 behind, and they came back and they had a card as well.
I think France had load shedding.
Eh?
There was load shedding in the French game.
A little bit of load shedding there as well, yeah. But they're also playing this weekend again, so we'll have to see what's. Hopefully, the Frenchies will throw their first team out
I
there
think they will.
Just to feel it.
I definitely think they will. Because they will see Dupont and Hintermack and all of those guys.
Because they're playing obviously. Scotland again, and then they're playing Australia, which is a nice little warm-up before they play that first game. Hopefully.
I don't know what cards Australia is getting, but it's not easy.
It's quite interesting, yeah. Then other games as well. Ireland, so easy taking that one over Italy. Yeah, Italy's growing as well. They've got a couple of new players. Namibia falling short against Uruguay. Alistair and Matt. They're doing the things there. Old Springbok coaches doing the things there, trying to get our neighboring country. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually.
Yeah, but
all the best, Coach Tuti. You and Matt, all the best there with the Mups.
Yeah. It's gonna be a cracker of a World Cup, especially in that pool. France, New Zealand, and they're playing Italy as well, and I think they're playing Uruguay as well in that pool. So hopefully that this weekend
they can get one over Uruguay. Exactly. That will be awesome.
Uruguay, Italy. It's
Italy, you think so?
Yes, it's possible. A World Cup, anything can happen. So maybe there's 2 games for them to talk about. It's good to see. But then, most importantly, South Africa against
The boys
Argentina.
played well, eh?
They played well.
And it's again the inverted commas B team. No one is naming in that, but I think obviously the rumors and those boys are playing good rugby, Dubai.
Argentina is on fire actually because they're feeling themselves as well a little bit. They had lots to play for. Obviously, being at home, Buenos Aires is always tough.
Krivi's 100th game.
Yes, first ever Argentina player.
And well done, Augustine Krivi. That's an amazing achievement. Congratulations.
Yeah, fair play to them. But yeah, they started well. They the first half was 10-3, and then we had to fight our way back. But yeah, we got lots of things to have a look at. We got to look at our discipline a little bit. Lacked a little bit with our discipline with the yellow cards and unnecessary penalties. But yeah, it's still a good performance. I mean,
I thought it was a really good performance.
Yeah, so much guys. It's almost like guys fighting for their life. Trying to be in that squad of later today. Hey, that was the feel like. You got guys like Kenan Moody getting his opportunity. He came out firing in Mapimpi, all the hype
that
about the Power Rangers.
That young man had his Matabella pop that morning.
Yes, he was in a mood.
He was
Caden mood.
Yeah, Caden mood.
Yeah, it was good to see. Yeah.
Yes, he played well. Mapimpi played well. Jesse played well.
Jesse played well as well.
I thought Bongi's captaincy, the fire he had that he played with.
He did well, actually. Being the captain, the 65th captain for South Africa, it's a proud moment for him.
It's an awesome moment for his family.
For his family as well, and it was awesome to see how he lead the team. You don't usually see that because he hasn't probably captained the Sharks where he's at, or even the Stormers as well. But it's good to see, him moving the players around. Talking to the guys, controlling the guys, and all in all, we know the Bongi. He's the dog, so he leads by example.
As it gets.
So he leads by example, yeah. But that was good to see. But all in all, I think it was a good performance. Our mauls were good. Our maul defense was good.
Yeah.
Our defense, very, very good.
But our defense is our strongest point,
yeah. And I think
the way we suffocate and strangle and frustrate the attack.
I also feel like the defense actually last weekend at Ellis Park, our defense got us that game.
Yeah.
And even this weekend as well. There were snippets and phases where guys taking them back. We started actually in our half. We took them back for 20 meters and got them back in there half. They had to kick, and that was good to see. And that's what wins you games. That's what wins you playoffs, and that's gonna win you
World
Cup.
Yeah, the fans definitely wins World Cups. That much we know for a fact.
Yeah.
And obviously now, while we're obviously shooting this, we don't know the squad yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Out of that game, who do you think did enough to get that tick? Hey, ik zal pad. Die gaat dek. Vlieg.
Oof. That's such a tough question, eh? That's why I'm excited to see what the team is gonna look like in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, like I said, Caden Moody did awesome work. He obviously saw what's coming. He knew the Power Rangers is on form. He knew Mampimpi has been there at the previous Rugby World Cup. So hopefully, if he's done enough to.
Do you think he did enough?
Yeah, because you need that balance in our wings as well. Because obviously you have the Power Rangers, but Mampimpi is solid under the high ball. He's strong
physically.
And on the other side with Caden and as well, he's long, he's tall, he's solid under the high ball. So his basics when it comes to wing is unbelievable. And obviously he's got magic as well. We saw this weekend as well. The way he fends, the way he steps, the way
strong
he's aggressive.
In contact, extremely strong in contact.
Yeah, so that's one position is going to be tough. And like we spoke.
Do you go with 3 or do you go with 4 to the World Cup? Wingers, out and out wingers.
Yeah, because you do have other. You've got maybe if Am is there, you can play him at the wing. You've got Jesse Kriel that can play wing.
And if you take Grant Williams can also cover the wing. If push comes to shove. Wow, that is.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's guys like Joseph Dweber that played well. That he's pushing hard.
I thought Hussel did well, eh?
Hussel as well.
Hussel's his crispness and his sharpness of his passing over the base, the quickness he got to the breakdowns, his option selection. I thought his energy,
his work rate.
He actually looked really good for that 30 minutes that he played.
He did well, actually, I must say. Yeah. So he had, that McDonald's, he was at the drive-thru, he was moving the balls
And I
from
was
the
like,
drive-thru.
She's also bringing the fire now. She's got more headaches. Yes.
Yeah, there's so much guys. There's Marvin that played well as well. That wants to be there. Ivan Ruas that wants to be there. Then you got like the guys like Dion Fourie. That's obviously can bring you something different in terms of utility because you can also play hooker.
Do you go with him and Eskom or do you go with one of them?
You have to go with one of them. If Sia's ready, I think you need to go with one of them. And with that, I think Dion's got a little bit of an edge in terms of he can play hooker as well. He's got the hooker experience.
Oh, and but so Juan is going to leave a hooker at home then? You go with 3 hookers? Oh, I love it.
That's the question. It's about you take 2 hookers and a utility loose forward to the hooker, or you take your 3 hookers and then leave 1 loose forward. But you've got Kwagga there as well that's going to play in that 6 number jumper. So we'll have to see who makes it. There's obviously the guys that stayed behind. It's kind of they've got a foot on the plane. But like guys under Esterhuizen, Eskom, Herschel, Marvin Ori, all those guys, Ivan Ruas, guys that had the opportunity this weekend to prove themselves.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing about World Cup selection is, do you reward guys that are in form for the past 6-8 months, or do you reward the guy who's been in the saddle that has done it before? Which way are you going to? That's what makes World Cup selection always so interesting for me.
Yeah, that's where we gotta open see what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna be a bumpy ride the next 2 games. We obviously have 1 more game against Wales, and then we're playing the All Blacks again at Twickenham.
It's a Friday night game, eh?
It's a Friday night game. Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting because now the squad's gonna be out. The squad is out. You got 2 games left. You've got guys in the squad, 33 players that. What attitude, what mindset do they have? Because you don't know, do they want to play because they might get injured 2 or 3 weeks before the World Cup? Or do they go out there and listen here, I want to get that spot, that starting spot. I wanna beat the All Blacks. I want to beat Wales, leading up, get a crack of a preseason games to make sure that I'm sharp. What do you think, what's the mindset going to be the next 2 games leading up to the first game against Scotland?
I think from a mindset point of view, you actually need to cut out injuries completely out of your mindset. You just need to push your body to a place where, when you go to that dark place. And I think all of them are probably has been in this period of 3 months where they constantly trying to get better and trying to break through that ceiling.
Yeah.
To get to the other side and see maybe if they become better players. So I think they're obviously going to cut out the thought of being injured completely out. And just making sure they tick every little box, cover every ounce of grass possible to make sure that first game they are in the best possible position as a team and as an individual player.
Because usually, from experience, when you think about injuries, you're playing the game, you think about injuries. 80%, 70%. That's what's happened.
It happens.
Yeah. So hopefully the guys are, got their tunnel vision going, going out there, performing, making sure that they sharp in everything they do. Talking about sharpness, we still have to see a couple of guys. We still have to see Jaden. We still have to see Sia. We still have to see Pollard.
Do we take those guys without having any game time?
From my experience, you need game time. Game time. You need to shake that rusty.
Minutes.
Yeah, you need minutes under the belt. You can't get in and be rusty. And from an experience point of view, you need kind of 3 games. After 3 games, you kind of, zoomed in, focused, and, you shrug the rustiness off a little bit. So I don't know where they're going to get 3 games. They've got 2 games left. Hopefully, Sia will be playing one of them or 2 of them. Both of them. Andre as well. Andre is still struggling with that calf.
Injury.
With that calf, yeah. We'll see if
there's a few rumors floating around the socials.
Yeah, saying that
I'm not minding that. I'm completely focused on what is happening in Joburg in a few minutes' time.
So we'll have to see. So and Jaden as well. And a crucial position 9 where you have to direct.
You need minutes. You need to play.
You
need to make mistakes in combat.
And especially so used to even playing with Andre Pollard and Elton Yankees. if he gets opportunity playing with Mani Bokeh, it's a different type of feel because Mani is more elusive.
Yeah,
Mani moves around.
And you can't simulate it in training.
Yeah.
I've been there many times, especially with the box. If you're in the Strider team or the non-playing squad.
Striders?
Striders. We used to call it the Striders.
Non-playing
the non-playing squad.
Mm.
But you think you're sharp. But holding a bag and just training, that is just not good enough for you to be firing at international level. You need to be under that microscope in that combat situation.
Need that, yeah. Yeah, but we got time. We got a couple of games. And like I said, I would want to see us, that Twickenham game on the 25th of August. I want to see the best team out there, making sure that Rassie gets those combinations going, get the best team out there. We're playing obviously in England, which is kind of similar when you're playing in France in terms of conditions and, playing away from home. Hopefully we can get our best team out there, showing the All Blacks, listen here, if we get in the semis in the final, it's on. That's what we want.
Probably in the quarterfinal, but yeah.
We might get them in the quarterfinal as well. But yeah, the only time will tell. And what do you think about the jersey? There's a lot of rumors going around about the jersey.
I've been hearing 60-60 and all of that. I actually like it.
I like it too. There's a lot of guys that's saying it's like a training jersey because a lot of the time when it comes to the training jersey, it's something.
You think it's the older guys who are saying it's a training jersey.
The older guys.
Guys, you gotta move with time, man. You gotta be fashion sense. Please have a fashion sense.
Yeah.
But I like the jersey.
Yeah, I like the color actually. The color and the shapes as well because it gives you that African tribe feel to it. But also the color is something different.
I've got no issue with the jersey.
You gotta keep the supporters guessing.
Yeah, we gotta go with time, man. We gotta evolve. That's just the thing of life. You're constantly evolving.
Exactly, and it's the first time we've seen that. Hopefully, we'll get to see that jersey again in the World Cup. Hopefully against Ireland, because we usually play against white jerseys against Ireland.
But as we're coming to the selection thing, I've obviously this morning. You know when you reminisce a little bit and you get your Facebook memories and stuff, and you think through the process that I went through, and you obviously went through the similar process, that selection. Are you sitting outside there? Our camp was in Durban.
Yeah, 2015.
2015, our camp was in Durban. So leading up to the World Cup, we were based in Durban, and all of us sat outside Coach Heineke's room, and then you obviously go into the room and you get your news. And obviously, some of us were ecstatic, and we were, it's a dream come true. And then some of our teammates, and that you went through that 6 to 8 weeks of suffering. When you suffer, you build a connection. There is, you feel for one another. It's a brotherhood, man. Yeah. Especially once you suffer together. And I was like, there's gonna be a lot of guys today as well. There's gonna be ecstatic. There's going to be going to their third World Cup, going to the first World Cup. And then there's also going to be guys
that doesn't make
it.
And it's always a tough one, eh? Tough one to digest, tough one to, get through. I can also feel like 2011 as well. It was a little bit different because they actually told us like a week beforehand if you did make the squad or not. So you can absorb that, and when it comes to an announcement, and I'm pretty sure that most of those boys know where they stand before the announcement. Yeah, so it's an easier way to take it than to sit in front of the principal's office and waiting for the result. Because I had the same against when I made the Olympic squad.
Yeah.
So even with Neil Powell as well, we also had like our one-on-ones.
You go into the room.
Get your 15 minutes. Everyone gets 15 minutes.
And the manager sitting there. Yeah.
It's a nervous time in a period, and now you're going to the meeting. Obviously, when you get there, you don't know what to say, but there's a whole line waiting. So the only other problem with that is sometimes you see how the
guys come out,
and
you don't know what to say actually to someone who's going through that disappointment period.
Because he's disappointed, maybe you're happy.
Yes.
So it's tough to take as well, and like senior, you get guys that. It's emotional time because it's 4 years that you have to work hard to get to that stage, and if you don't get the crack, obviously you've got to work 4 years again to get there. And with rugby is only what is it, 12 years, or if you Monestain, you get
If you
20
Monestain, you got,
years, or
25 years of
those
rugby.
boys. Yeah. So it's not a long time you can have. So you need to make the most of it.
And there's no guarantees that you're making it, even if you're young, right? There's no guarantees of you making the next one. Because there's boys coming out of school, there's injuries, there's a lot of stuff that happens in the game of sport. So that's why
a tough one to take, yeah. And I think it was Flip van der Merwe that actually gave us a nice little tweet.
Insight. He gave us nice insight in his tweet, yeah.
Yeah. He had a different perspective in terms of, how we should feel about the guys that doesn't make it. And that's always because you got experience, I've got experience. I've missed a couple of I've also cut from a squad a couple of times. And just to take a disappointment and turn it around, some people takes 2 days, some people takes 2 weeks, some people even take 2 years.
I was just about to say
to get over that. So just to change that mindset and getting back onto the horse as soon as possible, and making sure that you keep working on, keep being the hardest worker in the room, and making that switch. Because at the end of the day, it only makes you stronger. And that's what we want to see from professional athletes.
Yeah, I think the guys who obviously do make it, I think they're gonna carry the flag for us, and they're gonna make sure that they probably gonna do everything possible that we can go back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back with the World Cup.
Like Jordan 96,
yeah.
97.
Because I missed the celebrations in 2019. I was in France.
Were you in France?
I was in France, yeah, with Clermont.
Yeah, and so I was the Wasps. Yeah. So we missed everything.
We missed all the party, all the celebrations. So boys, please do me a favor. Bring it back. This time I'm home. This time I'll be joining you, okay?
Yeah.
Please. Please.
Yeah. It will be nice to see. To see, yeah. But yeah, it's almost that time.
Yeah.
Is that time? Announcement.
Butterflies.
Nervous.
We're not dressed appropriately, eh?
No, surely not. This is massive. This is massive for the country, massive for the players, massive for everyone. For us as well.
Are we gonna change?
Let's dress to impress.
Okay, here we go.
Press the button. Here we go.
Hey, much better.
No, I like it.
Now we dressed for the occasion, partner.
Dressed to impress, yes. Massive day for us. For Springbok Rugby. Is the team out?
The squad is out, guys. Ooh.
Live and direct. Okay.
I'm nervous quite actually.
I'm also nervous. We dressed for this. I saw the boys are also dressed like this. So
they were kneeling. The boys were kneeling. Did you guys see it? They were on their knees, getting their caps.
Are you happy or sad? Because was your name mentioned? You had hopes.
No hopes. Nothing,
I had hopes. Unfortunately,
it's our time to serve, partner. Now,
serve,
we must serve the Springbok team.
I'm happy with that 3-3 squad, eh? Huh? I think we should run through it.
Let's run through it.
I'll start with the backs quickly.
Yes.
Okay, so at 9 we've got Faf de Klerk, Jaden Hendrikse, Grant Williams, and the one and only Kobus. 4 scrumhalves. 4 nines. We said they're gonna take 3.
Yeah, this is the first time I've actually ever seen a team take 4 scrumhalves.
4 scrumhalves, yeah.
What are we thinking?
Which means we need Grant maybe or Kobus to cover that wing, but we also have a lot of wings. Huh? Let's cover the wings as well. So we've got
it's Caden Moody.
Yeah. The Power Rangers, both Power Rangers are in.
Both Power Rangers are going.
Cheston Colby. Mampimpi.
Oh,
standing ovation, eh?
Yeah, the people loved him.
People love
you, Mapimps, eh?
Yeah.
Well done. Congratulations.
Well done.
4 wings, 4 scrumhalves. Let's quickly talk about that. Because we haven't seen that in previous years.
We haven't seen it, yeah. And Caden Moody as well. And he was on a move.
What's the thinking behind it?
It's very interesting. Very interesting. So obviously we need the finishes. It looks like we need the finishes. It's going to be running rugby. By taking 4 wings. And then when you got only Willie Leroux at 15. You got utility back at Damien Willems.
Yeah, the utility guys, obviously Damien Willems that's going. The centers is Grant Estreisen, Jesse and Damien de Ellende. That I'm fine with.
Yes. Because of this Lukanya Am, this
let's
question
quickly
marks.
Talk about the injuries.
There's a couple of injuries here. So Lukanya Am, I think he's got a knee injury from last weekend. Then we've got
Andre's not there.
Andre's not there. Still struggling with his calf. That was also a little bit of a shock. Who's the other injury?
Loot the Jager. Potlood. Potlood is not there.
Yeah, a lot of shocks, eh?
My heart is actually racing. I need to calm down.
Yeah.
I need to calm down and have a clear think about this, a clear process about this.
So the only flyer we actually have is Mani.
It's Mani.
What obviously
Damien covering Flyhalf.
Covering that.
Let's quickly cover the injuries. big losses.
Big, massive
Let's
losses.
not cover that with a rug or with a. It's big losses.
Massive losses, especially Lukhanyo Am.
Intelligence.
Yeah,
I feel like we're losing a lot of intelligence with Lukhanyo Am.
Yeah, experience, intelligence. You know, he's a guy that went to the World Cup, but the guy replacing him, I'm not too.
Jesse's been there. It's his third World Cup. I'm not doubting Jesse Creel
and
at
the
all.
form for the last 2-3 games.
Yes.
I'm happy. So we kind of have something that could fall into that spot. That can, you know, it's not gonna be a massive loss for us, I think. So Jesse's in incredible form. The experience is there. So yeah, we're gonna miss Lukhanyo.
Definitely, yeah. My worry is we're losing that sleight of hand, that sleight of touch. You know, he's got that 1 million touch.
The razzle dazzle.
The dazzle on him.
Yeah.
It's my only worry. But obviously the centers that are selected, it's more your area.
Yeah.
But they've got caps. They've been around the block.
Experience, yeah. So obviously with Lukhanyo out, that's why maybe Andre Esterhuizen got his shot there as well. But it's good to see. He was also playing some good rugby, especially in Australia, against Australia, that first game.
Loftus.
Yeah, and last weekend as well. And he's changed his game a little bit, so he looks like a different type of player. All we remember from him coming from the Sharks is bashing it up, you know, being physical. But now, playing with a Marcus, playing with all this in the Premiership.
Has improved his game.
He knows how to pull it out the back. He knows how to square, to draw, to run the inside shoulders, and that can make a big difference, especially with the way we're playing with Mani there, with Willie there, with Damien Willemse there. So it's going to be it's tricky. Damien Willemse as well at 15. He played an unbelievable.
Congratulations, guys.
Unbelievable game last weekend. You know, seeing him and Mani gelling together. We see Willie and Mani gelling together as well in the first game. So in terms of default play, how are we going to structure? How are we going to get Wit onto a ball? Feeding the Power Rangers. You know, Moody, that's been awesome. Mapimpi, that's been awesome. So we got Wit in our game with those those players. But the scrum halves, say 4 of them.
4 scrum halves.
Yeah. So it's good to see, especially with Grant.
Yeah.
He didn't get lots of opportunities, but what he's done in the URC, I think it was enough for him just to get that.
I'm quite happy with the 9s. I honestly didn't think they're gonna go with Kobus as the 4th option.
You thought 3, and then
I thought 3, and then
Kobus gave you a little bit of
because the 3rd one already is not guaranteed of getting a lot of game time. I would know.
Yeah.
I went to 2015, and who sak vast?
Yeah, but
tough.
There is Romania, there is maybe Tonga. You know, if it comes to giving guys opportunity in the World Cup in that Pool B, because Scotland and Ireland, you gotta go.
I pretty much feel, guys, viewers, this is my view. I think every game in this World Cup, we need to go with our strongest team.
It's gotta be crucial,
against Romania. We need to go with our strongest team because we're gonna need to put on a big points difference. For in case, you never know. For in case something happens, and we might need a points difference to either end of top of the group, so we can play a easier opponent in the quarterfinals. That type of nuances and stuff, and it's going to make a big difference.
You need momentum against Romania because you're playing Ireland the next week. Next weekend.
So we can't play the so-called B team against Romania and then expect in a week's time the guys to play again and have the same cohesion, the same gel. And a lot of our boys that we are taking, there's some guys that hasn't actually played rugby.
Yeah, it's going to be very tricky because I feel like when you play the first game against Scotland, you got to go balls to the wall, you got to go all out. Then you play Romania, which you must give guys opportunity, I think, because you're going to play Ireland in Tonga after that, which means...
I'm going to disagree with you again.
You want to go strength to strength to strength to strength, burn the guys out, and then they play
I feel like
New Zealand
if we play inbound tour against the other countries between World Cups, then we give opportunities. World Cup is not a place for opportunities. Yeah. World Cup is a place where we play our best team and we make sure that we win as many games as possible to get to that trophy. It's Stad Paris.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Jacques and Rassi comes up with. So that's going to be very crucial for us, you know, leading into that World Cup, playing that couple of games. Our first games, I think, was on the 10th against Scotland.
Yeah.
That Sunday. And then
it's in a month's time, eh?
It's in a month's time, yeah. So we got...
Goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let's go through the forwards quickly, partner. Let's go through the forwards.
Steven Kitshoff, Vincent Koch, Frans Malherbe, and Ox, and Trevor.
I'm happy with that. I've got no complaints.
Yeah, me too. That's been guys that's been playing well. You know, Trevor getting his opportunity.
Trevor is the versatile guy.
He's a crowd favorite.
Yeah, he's like a Allen key. You know the Allen key you use for your tools?
Yeah.
It fits anywhere. You use it for everything. That's Trevor Nyankani. He's an Allen key.
He's a
Trevor, The Springbok rugby, we can't be without you, my brother.
A double adapter. You can just
Double
move it
adapter. You can use it for anything. Well done.
for anything, yeah. So the props, we're pretty happy with the props.
Settled.
Hookers, Malcolm, Bongi,
Yeah.
pretty happy.
Yes, the two of them have been in the seat
done well.
since 2016.
Unlucky for
Joseph.
not getting his opportunity, but I mean, because we got Dion for the
Dion can cover as
can
well.
cover us a little bit over there.
The locks.
Then when it comes to locks, we got Eben Etzebeth, John Klein, Marvin Ori, Archie Snyman.
Congratulations
Well
to our
done, Marvin.
first guest on Behind the Ruck.
Yes, he made it. That first week, he played unbelievable against Australia. Then he got a week off, to look after the kids.
Exactly. He had to
And
be
then
at the family.
Then he came back again and being physical and doing the same stuff. Picking up his hand,
That's
especially.
extremely congratulations.
Yeah, last weekend as
Marvin
well. It all the unseen work.
Yeah.
Get to the breakdown, charging down the nines. It would have been a pain for you if you played against him.
Yeah, luckily we played together. So all good.
Yeah, it was good to see him as well, Archie Snyman.
The only guy, Archie, is obviously good and ready to go. And then Potlood missing out. Lode
Missing
Jager.
out, yeah.
Is that going to be a big loss for us?
In terms of experience, yes, because we got obviously Archie Snyman, that's a little bit of experience, but the World Cup experience is a little bit different. But then John
And
Klein,
running the line out. I think
Yeah.
that was obviously Lewitt's forte and Lewitt's thing. Running the line out, I think obviously Marvin is going to come into that work.
he must fill that spot.
He's going to fill that
It's a
spot
massive,
from
massive spot.
intelligence and line out structure point of view. Him and
Um,
Erg, you're probably going to share that responsibility,
The
eh?
responsibility, yeah. And I mean, Marvin, he's a genius when it comes to line out.
Yes.
So I don't think there's going to be any problems with that.
Okay, let's go to the loosies.
Loose forwards, yeah. The biggest, there's a couple of shocks for us, eh?
Talk to me.
Marco van Staren.
Yeah?
Marco van Staren is there. Kwagga, obviously, you need that utility. Dion Fourie is also like kind of a
Three Jackalers, three Fetches.
Yes. Franco Mostert. Obviously, Dwayne Vermeulen and
Jasper
Jasper
Wiese and
Wiese.
Sia as captain.
Sia. Good to see Sia, leading the team, It's awesome to see
Awesome,
the
yeah.
Springbok
Happy Sia,
captain
that you all good.
that lifted the cup in 2019.
Yeah.
He's back. So yeah, we just need to get
He might be the president after this World Cup if we win it again. I know he's ambassador of tourism currently
He's got
in
two
the
votes.
country.
He's got 2 votes.
He's got 2 votes.
Yes, the
So
2 votes
Sia,
sitting here.
If you win another World
Yes.
Cup, we'll vote for you for
Yeah,
presidency.
You got my tick, eh?
You got my tick.
But first come into the show and then we can vote for him. Is that?
Yeah.
Hopefully you can subscribe as well.
Subscribe, watch,
We'll have
and
that.
share.
We'll have that chat on the show. Yeah.
That's the forwards.
That's the forwards. That's
Any
the backs.
notable that you thought were unlucky? Any guys that you think that were really got the wrong?
I feel for Herschel, yeah, but Herschel is one guy that is missing out a little bit.
And especially being there the previous one.
But the other guys that's got selected, that's guys that's obviously been on form. There's a little bit of experience with Faf that's played a while. You've got Jaden that's had an unbelievable
He's a
URC,
talent. Yeah, he's a talent.
URC season. And then Kobus also brings you that a little bit of experience and a different type of ball play. He support play. He's fast off the mark. He can play wing if needed because he's quick as well. So yeah,
I wonder. Sorry I wonder if they're gonna go with Faf and Kobus. Maybe that is a bit more experienced with Mani being it his first World Cup. You see that type of combinations.
Yeah.
Mani being a little bit inexperienced from a cap point of view, haven't been to World Cup, and then using Faf and Kobus Reinach as experienced old school guys that's been there in 9 and trying to combat that situation.
You just have to go with a solid 9 to start with. That's meaning you got to go with Faf to start with, and you go with a razzle dazzle fast at
Grant
Williams on the bench. And if you go other way around, you go Jaden, solid, nice,
and Kobus.
And Kobus. You know,
I like that.
Balance it out in terms of having a solidness and having a guy coming for that last 20 minutes.
Balance.
Getting it off.
Balance is important.
Balance is important. Yeah. So yeah, that's very interesting.
Interesting squad, guys. Eh?
Very interesting squad. Yeah.
Please let us know in our comment section what you guys think of the squad, so we can interact with you people on the social platforms. Mani Lebok, the only Flyhalf.
The only Flyhalf, yeah.
It's probably a good thing for him.
It's a good thing for him, but like I said, you can't burn him out. You need to have maybe Damian Willemse is the guy that's gonna obviously assist
cover
him in that position. But Damian Willemse also needs to cover Willie at the back, relieving him as well. You can't play, 7 games on a bounce, 80 minutes. It's gonna, especially in an international week in and week out type of vibe, it's gonna hurt you some way. So it's gonna be tricky to play Damien Willems a couple of games at 15. But when you rest,
when you rest Mani, when you rest Willie, how do you use Damien in that versatile role? Obviously, off the bench.
I'm worried about actually having only a specialized 10, only one.
I know.
Because Damien obviously is a utility back, and
no, he's a I always say he's a generational talent.
Yeah, but
when it comes to rugby,
you need to be in that seat week in and week out to know the feels every time. Because every time your mindset shifts from playing 15, playing 12, it's a different ball game in terms of how you think, how you want to play the game. So you need to shift it here, shift it there, shift it there. But mine is like playing 10, is in that seat a lot, so it makes a difference. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I must say, when we were watching the announcements now, every time I was like, oh, I didn't see that happening. I didn't see that.
We were shocked for.
Yeah, I was like,
the whole presentation was
wow, okay, this is happening.
The whole presentation was exciting.
And the boys were kneeling. What did you think about the kneeling? Talk me through that.
The boys were kneeling, something different.
Yeah.
Keep this country guessing.
I like it. I like it.
Is a rugby. Looking at
Uncle Mark telling Jaden to cut his hair.
You too tall.
You too tall.
He's waiting 20 minutes for Pimpy to make sure the noise.
Uncle Mark giving us good comedy.
Giggles and laughs.
Good comedy with that announcement.
Yeah.
But I think all in that, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of excitement. I think from the tours off, probably, now we support these guys that are selected.
100%, yeah. We gotta look forward now. We gotta back this team, and see what the plans is. We just gotta be behind the team, pushing them forward. It's gonna be a cracker for World Cup, a tough World Cup in terms of our pool first of all.
Yeah.
Then we're playing in the semi-final of France or New Zealand, doesn't matter. Then we're getting the slight little side of England, Wales. Those boys coming from that angle, and then we might play New Zealand again or some of those boys. So.
I would love to be in France.
It's one
behind the ruck in France. That's how great that would have been.
I would love that. Hey? Where should we go to FNB or Absa Bank just to make a loan?
I don't know how we're gonna make it work, partner. But you can see the tears. I wanna be there.
Yeah. So if you watch it from home, we've got to support the boys. Get behind them. It's gonna be an awesome showdown, especially in France. It's
now the ball is on the roll, eh?
The ball is on the roll. World Cup rugby is here.
Yep.
It's here. We're looking forward to that. The 10th, actually the 8th, when France plays New Zealand.
In New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, but our game are that Sunday on the 10th as well.
I'm going to take out my jerseys out of my bags. I'm going to make sure Bokeh Friday that I'm wearing from head to toe everything Springbok rugby.
Getting behind the boys, yeah. And it's good to see there's a couple of players on standby. We've got Lucania that's injured, but he's also on standby as well. We got Joseph that's in standby. Luat is also for injuries. Jean-Luc, Thomas de Toy, Herschel standby as well. Pollard, Evan Ruiz, and Gerard Steenkamp. So those boys, obviously some of them got niggles, some of them is injured at the moment. But, when you play against the big names like Scotland,
injuries do happen. Injuries happen. That I remember fondly 2015, John got injured and Jan Serfontein had to come in. I think Damien Willems also went to 2019 World Cup because of an injury happening in the center department. So injuries will happen.
It will happen. Obviously,
that's the reality of the game.
Especially when you play this
combat sport.
Pool of death.
Pool of horror.
Huh?
Yes, my heart I need to calm down.
Yeah.
I need suikerwater.
that was good.
The glaasje suikerwater.
Yeah, it's excitement. It was good to see. You can see the excitement in the boys' faces. But I thought we'll also go out to the guys that didn't make it. Hopefully the guys that doesn't make it, boys, stay strong, keep working, keep pushing, be the hardest worker in the room. I know it's a long time before the next one. 4 years. 4 years is a long time. But in the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to focus what's in front of you, and that's for tomorrow, and just keep working hard, and hopefully we'll be there.
Yeah, and that's it for our World Cup special, eh?
Yeah, it was nice. There was some energy. Yeah,
I felt
I'm
like
excited.
A kid watching that announcement.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like a little child in Heidelberg. Ek kan nie wag nie. Wat gaan nou? Yes, ek het gedink hy gaan rugby sien.
Yeah, so it's different to what we used to for years. For years, we were like, in the mix. In the mix, come on. But now it's different.
Now we can settle. Now we know the squad. There will be a lot of comments on social media, and people are going to have their opinions.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that your opinion doesn't cloud your support.
100%, yeah. We're back the boys. We're stronger
together.
That's something that is we gotta adapt to survive and just to support the boys. That's all we can do. And partner, that's the end of our exclusive announcement, World Cup announcement.
World Cup edition. It's behind the ruck.
It was very exciting.
I'm actually exhausted.
Huh?
I'm exhausted after that announcement.
To see all the names, the excitement for the World Cup. The Rugby World Cup is here. Actually,
it's here now.
It's starting slowly but surely.
I actually want a game this weekend. I want us to play this weekend.
I feel like we're here. The Rugby World Cup is here.
Look at us.
Yeah. Are we in France, Paris?
No,
not yet.
No.
Not yet. But it was a good episode. Good, always when it comes to the Lisa's Bokeh studio is always in a good shape. So so people out there, if you want the best of quality, the Lisa's Bokeh it is.
Guys, never forget. This show, subscribe first of all. Then you like, ding. Then you share it.
Share the gossip story, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Get it out there.
Get it out there. This is the number one rugby show on the line.
Episode 5. Give me a high five for episode 5, eh?
Yes. Episode 5. Just two guys talking rugby behind the mic. I love it.
Thanks for tuning in for your number 1 rugby podcast. I'm Juan de Jong.
I'm Rudy Page.
And the Rack is clear.